Hey, 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 Diane Hockman here with a bit of a marketing mumble. Having some conversations today with some clients and just sitting and talking with them about their frustrations in business, their challenges in business. And unfortunately, sometimes I have to tell people that which they do not want to hear because they're frustrated and they're telling me they're watching other people do so well and they're watching other people explode and they're watching other people, and then they use terminology like, and I've been doing all of this and I haven't got blank. And you know, they want to know, how do you get good? Why can one person make one presentation and sign the person up, and another person can make 1 million presentations and not sign anybody up? Actually, I retract that, because the second person generally won't make very many presentations. And they get frustrated because they watch someone else and they think, well, they only made a few, they hit rank, why not me? Same thing with, why can one person write an email and get so much in results, so many sales? Why can one person do a webinar and get so much? Why can one person do a conference call? Why does one person post on Facebook and get a huge amount of interaction, engagement, right? Everybody talks about engagement. You have to have engagement. Why does one person, post something and get 100 likes in 2 minutes, and another person posts something and they get crickets? Is what they're doing really so different? Is their content crappy? Does it stink? No, it's because the person hasn't gotten good. So how do you get good? How do you get good? Well, the simple answer is you do something over and over and over again. And we all know this. We all know this in our heart, and for some reason we're hoping that somehow in this space, in this time, in this industry, it's going to be different for us. But you know that if you want to learn how to be the free throw champion of your high school or your town or your block, your neighborhood, you got to go out there every day and you got to make free throws, and you're going to miss most of them until you get to a point where they become part of you. You can throw them. You don't even have to think about them. We all know that if you want to get good at cooking, right? I don't know how many people here like to cook. I enjoy cooking. And I flubbed many a meal. My family looking at me like, Mom, are you serious? I flubbed many a meal before I got good. I distinctly remember having the family over one time, and I thought I was going to make fresh pasta my first time. It was like goop. It was like slime. It was horrible. I got a pasta machine. I thought I was so cool. How do you get good? You make it every day. You make it over and over and over. You do it until it becomes second nature, right? That's the answer. So how do you get good at marketing? You pick something, keywords, pick something that you want to get good at. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe you want to get good at face-to-face presentations. Maybe you want to get good at webinars. Maybe you want to get good at closing on conference calls. Maybe you want to get good at email marketing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Using bots and so on and so forth, whatever it is that's turning you on lately. And then you got to pick that thing and you got to stick with that thing, and you have to do it over and over and over until, what happens, and this is what the conversations we were having yesterday is, it's been 90 days. I'm kind of sort of dipping my toe. I'm kind of sort of doing it. I'm kind of sort of following through, but not all the way. I kind of do it some days. I don't do it others. I'm frustrated because I'm not getting results. Gang, I promise you, you could spend the rest of your career going on that merry-go-round. You could spend the rest of your time going in that circle until you pick one thing, make a decision to make it yours, and stop letting the other things distract you. I have a new person that I'm listening to a lot, went to one of his workshops. I'm not telling you who it is because you'll all find out who it is. And I really like him. And he's just like me. Everything's very simple. He's a gazillion-dollar earner. I don't know what. He's been very well known. He's been in the industry for like 20 years. And he's kind of in the background helping lots of people, not in the home business space, but in the internet marketing space, helping people with their infrastructure, sequences, etc. And all I ever hear him say is, you're overcomplicating this stuff. Every time he does an interview, every time he's working with somebody, every time he lets us peek, every case study he shows, the common denominator every single time is that the person that he's working with is overcomplicating the process, most often because they've listened to so much, they haven't executed one thing to its perfection. Let me say that again. They haven't executed one thing to its perfection. Therefore, when they go to put together their funnel, when they go to put together their emails, when they go to put together whatever it may be, what they have is a million voices dancing in their head, telling them all the different ways to do it. And generally speaking, all the voices are contradicting one another. And I hate to break it to you, but all the voices of people who have done this well and made money with it, all the voices are right. See, a lot of times a marketer will try to convince you or sway you by telling you so-and-so's wrong. So-and-so, my way is better. I'm correct. He's not right. But that's not accurate, because all I know is I just look at somebody's stats. If somebody's got the stats and they've done it, even if I don't dig the way they do it, or even if it's not my style, or even if they execute it in a way that I don't feel particularly competent in, I'm going to tip my hat. I'm going to edify that person because they're right. They've done it. So you may listen to multiple marketers. You're plugged into all of them. You're on all the lives. You're on all of this. You're on all of that. But you haven't really sat down with one of the methods and executed it to perfection. And because of that, you don't possess any of the methods. And when you don't possess one strongly, guys, no swimming teacher is going to teach you the backstroke until he teaches you the doggy paddle. He's going to teach you the breaststroke. I don't swim, so I don't know all the strokes. But he's not going to teach you the more advanced stuff until you possess the foundational stuff. And then what's interesting is once you have the foundational stuff, each additional thing becomes easy. So how do you get good? Me? I decided I wanted to master email. You know why I like email and email marketing? Because I get to sit down, write a letter a day, make money. I can do it from anywhere in the world. I can do it. I just came back from a cruise and going on another cruise in a week or so. And then after I come back from the cruise, I'm going to be heading into LA. I'm going to be in Arizona, and I might even stop in Vegas on the way home. Okay? I'm going to be out on the road. I got a laptop. I got a phone. I can write a letter. I can do a video. I can make money. So email, to me, was the simplest, quickest, easiest thing if I learned to master it. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to do my hair. I don't need good lighting. I don't need anything but a place to type a letter and send it out on the internet. I can do it from pretty much anywhere. You can always find a library if you're stuck. You can always find, on the cruise ships they have computers there if mine were to crash, so it doesn't matter. That's why I picked email. Right? I like to write. I can do it in the middle of the night. I can do it in my jammies. I can do it with makeup smeared down my face because you can't tell. You have no idea what I look like or where I am when I'm writing. And I could pretty much tell you any story. You have no idea what I'm doing. I could be using a letter from 3 years ago. You don't know. Recycling it. So I decided to master email. And then the other thing I decided to master early on in my career was speaking on a conference call setting, or in this case on a Facebook Live. And the reason why I like speaking not on camera, although I do enjoy the camera, right? I do enjoy doing a video. The reason I enjoy speaking is because, one, I'm able to use the intonation of my voice to create pictures in your head. I'm tap dancing around and giving you thoughts and ideas, and then you're adding your own thoughts and ideas, and it's creating a symphony in your head. You're not distracted by what it looks like. You're not trying to look at my house and decide whether I'm rich or not. You're not trying to figure out what ocean I'm standing in front of, or if I'm really standing on in front of an ocean, or whether I'm in front of a green screen. You're not trying to figure anything else out. All you're doing is engaging with what I'm saying and thinking and putting your own idea with it, and I'm able to share a concept with you. So over the last few weeks, I thought about it, and I thought, Di, what are you good at? What are you really good at? What do you love to do? Write emails and speak. So guess what you're going to be seeing me doing a lot of? Writing emails in speaking. If you're not on my email list, you can go over to dianehockman.com and jump on. Obviously, if you're connected to me with Facebook, these are going to go out in a myriad of different places. But guys, here's the end game. The end game for you is, how do you get good? How do you get good? I hear people all the time, I'll never get there. How do you get good? You pick it, you do it until you own it. Pick it, whatever it is you want to get good at, you do it until you own it. And once you own a process, no one can ever take it away from you. And I'll give you one last thought before I take off. Okay? One last thought before I take off. Consider, when you pick the process that you want to master, whether it's going to be here tomorrow. Consider, when you pick the first process that you want to master, whether or not it's going to be here tomorrow. Writing a letter is as old as the hills. We might use a typewriter and an envelope and a stamp. We might have sent it via fax. We might have sent it via email. We might send it by, text message now. It would be long for a text message. But writing words that influence people has been around since cavemen were drawing, they were drawing pictures, maybe not words. It still exists today. It will exist tomorrow. It will exist forever. Being an orator, sharing ideas and concepts and speaking to the hearts of a crowd, or teaching, is again as old as the hills. It will never go away. The medium will change, but it will never go away. And if you're a good writer, you can always find a reader. If you're a good speaker, you can always find an audience. Just set up your soapbox, get on it, and start singing your song. Somebody will show up. So I highly recommend that when you look at the medium, the thing that you want to master, pick something that will stand the test of time, so you don't have to start all over again. Because it's that starting over that'll get you every time. It's that, I hear people saying all the time, I'm restarting my business, I'm jump starting my business, it's a relaunch, it's a this, it's a that. Shouldn't have to have any of that. When you pick it, you practice it, you master it, and you own it. Then all you're doing is layering skill set upon skill set upon skill set until nobody can ever stop you, no matter what they tried to do. So anyway, that's a little marketing and mindset mumble. This has been Diane Hockman. For those of you that are listening live, I'm sorry I didn't say hi. I'll say hi in comments. I want to kind of make some clean recordings for some stuff, but I like doing them live because I like knowing you're out there. If anybody needs anything, of course, reach me on Facebook or reach me at dianehockman.com. Love to connect. Talk to you guys soon.